everyone, this is Automotive Press, and we have an exciting news from Japan because Toyota has just introduced the new GR86. Yes, that's correct. It's now called the GR86 along the same line as the GR Supra and of course GR Yaris, which isn't available here. As part of the GR series, this is going to be an amazing and exciting news for all of us because we were all waiting for Toyota to introduce the 86 after Subaru has introduced the BRZ. So here we have it, the new 86, which was launched in Japan with a Japanese premiere. Although it was a bit strange because the entire reveal was done in Japanese. Now fortunately, I'm born and raised in Japan, so I am fluent in Japanese and English, so I was able to watch the entire 1 hour reveal in Japanese, and I got so much information out of that entire session. Now the English version of the press release at the Toyota Global Media site has very limited information, so most of the outlets out there who's reporting about the 86 only have a partial information. So I hope to share with you a lot more information about the GR86 as time goes. So let me know in your comments how much do you want to know and what you want to know about the GR86, and I will share with you as much as I can. Now let's dive into details. First, dimension and the size. The new GR86 is larger in almost every dimension compared to the previous model, which was simply called the 86. So it's slightly longer at 4265mm versus 4240. It is the same width, and it is slightly shorter by 10mm, while the wheelbase is also up just tiny bit by 5mm. The engine now displaces 2387cc or 2.4 liter versus 1998cc or 2 liter. Still 4-cylinder engine and still horizontally opposed engine design. It has now 235 horsepower in the Japanese format versus what used to be 207 horsepower, and the torque is also up to 250 versus 212. All these things result in higher performance and better handling because now it goes from 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in 6.3 seconds versus 7.4 from before. And thankfully, they are still offering 6-speed manual transmission in addition to 6-speed automatic. So I'm really glad that's going to be carried over. To finish off some of the details, they now use aluminum roof panels which result in lower center of gravity, and the body rigidity has been improved by a very substantial amount, about 50% over the previous model. What that means in terms of engineering is that when the body is stiffer, the entire car handles and corners better because the body stays more rigid around curves and around bumpy roads. So this is a very substantial and a very important improvement. Now in terms of the launch date, the Subaru BRZ is supposed to come out around September, so we would expect the Toyota GR86 to come out sometime a month or two after that, perhaps by October-November timeframe. Now I mentioned to you that the live stream that came from Japan had 1 hour of solid information, and I can't go through all of that right now. But one of the most interesting aspects of that live stream was when they brought in the specialist to explain the differences between the GR86 and the BRZ in terms of the exterior and interior design. So he was here in this video right now. What he's pointing out is the fact that the GR86 has this traditional GR grille, which they call it matrix design, and that is very distinct in terms of shape, in terms of the design of the actual grille, and it has the GR badge there as well, and also the way the hood comes together with the bumper and part of the headlight and a bit of the scoop on the side are also different from the BRZ. Now the headlight, if you look carefully, which is LED, has a very similar components in terms of inside headlight, that part is similar, as this person is pointing out, but the daylight running lights part, this white portion is different from the GR86 to a BRZ. He's showing this is like a boomerang design, versus in the Subaru, the front part of this car is a little bit different. So you can see in the headlight, it's actually, they call it C-clamp design. Again, the daytime running lights that curves around headlight, goes around and comes back to the front, like almost like an eyebrow, they were saying. And also the front grille is different. It's all, they call it hexagonal design versus the matrix design, and the side scoops, the air intake is also different. Now these air intakes are functional, they're not fake this time like in GR Supra, so that's also different. And then below the front grille, the part that extends below are also a little bit different, and just the way the hood curves down, slight difference in curvature between the BRZ and the GR86. Now we're pointing out again here, some of these scoops are a little bit different, the contours on the front quarter panels are a little bit different, and they're pointing out that this is more of a Subaru traditional design. And interesting enough, the texture of the black plastic material, it's also different. It's still carrying over that hexagonal design on the Subaru BRZ, which is a little bit different. And they're just showing that all of those design themes are very much part of the Subaru design, and that is distinct and very much noticeable in comparison to a GR86. Now moving back over to the GR86 design, again, this intake here is different, and also the design and the texture is slightly different from the Subaru version as well. So the entire front end is very unique between the Toyota version and the Subaru version, and on this particular GR86, it's also functional scoop here. And the way that this comes down, he's pointing out the way this plastic piece comes down, and the shape of it, the curvature, are also distinct. So they want to point out that while they kind of look very similar, there are still subtle differences to provide both of the cars their own personality and their own character. So those are some of the most interesting things that I got from the live stream. Again, this was a 1 hour long live stream, so there are lots of things that I cannot cover at this point, but let me know in the comments below what kind of information or insight you would like to know, and perhaps maybe I can take one section at a time of the entire 1 hour video and translate into English for you guys, if that's something of interest. So really fascinating live stream. It went into a lot more detail than a North American type reveal, and it's very much driven by technical specialists and engineers who explained it, so it really is very much music to my ears. So that's it for now on the new Toyota GR86. A lot more to come. Just let us know and what you're interested, and I'm here to share with you in the coming days. Thank you so much for watching. Please come back for more information about cars and trucks at Automotive Press.